The foreclosure wave is now knocking at the door. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It's very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, foreclosures, it's time to start talking about the foreclosure crisis. I don't really necessarily enjoy this. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, friends, when I turned this camera on myself and went from sales guy to warning people about the pitfalls of what happens when you find yourself in a real estate bubble. And like we've always talked about here at the channel, I can't tell you, and I started reporting on this when it was euphoria, the wealth effect, free money for everybody. I'm like, whoa. And thank you to everybody who continues to help the channel staying centered, surrounded with like-minded people, ringing the bell, sounding the alarm, exposing the industry, reading between the lines and looking between the cracks. That's all we've done. That's all we've done. I don't know why. You know what? I love you guys. Thank you so much for putting me in this position, because I now feel this civic duty to continue to try to be an example of what you want to see out of a real estate professional, just a level-headed realist in the middle, not too far over here, not too far over here, not a used car salesman of a salesperson, somebody putting your needs before their own. That's what every successful salesperson has. I've trained so many salespeople, and I've always found myself saying, you can train anybody how to be a salesperson, but you can't train somebody how to be a natural. The natural salesman is something that's very hard to find. And I didn't even realize that was me until somebody told me. I was like, wow, I guess they're right. So the realities are, friends, this is what we need to talk about today. We're in a big old fat real estate bubble, courtesy of a pandemic. Tail end of a pandemic, front end of a recession, got to euphoric, unsustainable levels. People drank the Kool-Aid, complete denial that this was a bubble. And now they're being blindsided, the complete rug pull. And millions of people just bought in the height of the biggest artificially created bubble ever produced in world history, thinking somehow they're safe doing that, going not only at asking price, above and beyond appraised values. I don't even like to pay asking price. Prior to I'd never paid asking price. Are you kidding me? I didn't want to pay asking price. Over asking price? Forget it. I'm on the sidelines. Insanity, this stuff that we continue to have to talk about. So the realities are not one time, not two times, 100% of the time, anytime we found ourselves in a real estate bubble, not only have they crashed, foreclosure crisis has been produced. Now, in the last crash, we'll pull from that one because it's worth pulling from. It was the most recent one that people tend to pull from, rightfully so. I suffered some of the effects of the blowback of the last bubble. I have good real estate income property. I would say I'm more concerned now about owning other people's property than my own. I'll live in a shoebox if I have to temporarily. If you want to succeed in real estate, you'll do that. You won't base your insides by other people's outsides, getting under staggering amounts of debt so you can go to work and talk about your new house and what car you're driving, but you got these payments you're dragging around where one hiccup in the economy or your income could throw you into a tailspin, and now you're dragging a depreciated asset along for it. No, thank you. Played that game before. No fun. Congratulations to anybody that stayed centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Iron sharpens iron. That is what we are doing here, friends. But one of the things I really want to do today, friends, is talk about the foreclosure crisis. It is, in fact, coming. It could be insane. I mean, just like we saw the biggest bubble ever artificially produced in world history, the biggest foreclosure crisis ever recorded in world history could come. That would mean a depressionary level of a recession, a deep cycle recession. That's insane to me. Like, we're at the front end of a recession right now. It is what it is. And like in the last recession, this is about where we were entering in. We're seeing softening in the real estate market. Inventory is starting to flood in. And eventually we did see foreclosures. I've reported, my gut feeling tells me by this time next year, summer of 2023, we're in the full swings of a foreclosure crisis. I've reported by the end of this year, we're in the full swings of a recession. And all these I've predicted that also by this summer, which we're in right now, we'd see inventory spike and price reductions spike as well. And so far, we've seen a lot of these things, right? We're entering the front end of this recession. By the end of the year, I've reported around Christmas time, I believe we're in the full throes of a recession. It'll be the front end. Hopefully, we'll be able to still get through a decent Christmas. By next Christmas, though, it's going to probably be potentially a little more painful. Forward thinking, critical thinking, friends. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That way we come out somewhere in the middle. I don't enjoy reporting on this. It wasn't my fault that we got locked down in a global crisis. It's just, that's the world we live in now. So we have to prepare. So what I really want to prepare everybody for is what now all these big real estate companies that enjoyed all this success in the height of the buying euphoria of the one biggest asset class in the world, the real estate industry, found itself euphoric, and all these companies capitalizing. And now they're doing layoffs, throwing stuff overboard, their stock values in the tank. All the writing's on the wall of which way this one is trending, right? So now they're not in their conference rooms talking about what they can sell, like clickbait to get people to FOMO into houses and overpay and schedule showings. They're talking about how they can get people, a lot of people now, to click on foreclosures, distress sales, anything they can to try to get people to reverse FOMO into that. You're going to see a lot of these places selling, basically, we had this in a lot of the other booms and busts in the markets where call or contact us for a list of foreclosures in your area. Get pennies on the dollar auction block, blah, blah. This is all public record. You don't have to pay for subscriptions. You can find this stuff. It's going to be on all their websites. It'll say pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, short sale, REO. It'll have all that. The number one thing you need to do if and when you're ready is make sure you have an agent. An agent is all you need, and you can go, they'll go work for you. They will go get you these foreclosures. You need professional representation. That is what's coming. So as we prepare ourselves, and friends, listen, like I said before, if you need an agent now, tomorrow, next week, whenever the case may be, when you're ready, email in the description below. Network of top-rated agents in the nation. We will help you. We will help you with your real estate needs. You need professional representation. But the reality is, our friends, is that's what we're up against. The biggest housing bubble ever recorded in world history will produce a foreclosure crisis. It is coming. We got to let this one play out. Front end of a correction right now. We're seeing the inventory flood in and prices drop. That's going to keep trending. We're probably going to see more inventory flood into these markets. The news is probably not going to get any better on mainstream media, so it's going to sweep. Contagion will take over these markets. It's going to get potentially pretty ugly for a lot of people. The people that have been able to stomach this message, wrap their head around it properly, and that's what I always try to do, is communicate it in a way that hopefully isn't too alarming, just raising awareness as we read between the lines and look between the cracks of what we got to deal with. Like I said, not my fault. We're in this mess. My job is now to continue to help people get mentally strong enough to navigate through it efficiently, where they're not blindsided by it, paralyzed by fear, and stuck in the problem. Out of the problem, in the solution. Accept the situation. We will get through this. Some of us are going to come out smelling like a rose that have been able to operate efficiently the way we're talking today. That is what's up. And final thoughts. What I really want to do today is let you know a foreclosure crisis is coming. They've always come every time a bubble has been produced. So just wrap your head around that. It's going to play out. It could, like I said, it could come like a thief in the night, something could blindside this, and it would be a race to the bottom overnight. It's almost to that point now, in my opinion. But even if we keep going in the direction we're going based on what's happening currently, we will see one by next year at this time. We'll be in the full throes of a foreclosure crisis. By the end of this year, we will be in the full throes of an actual recession where job numbers are going to start to fail. We're going to see all this kind of play out. Many people are in denial. They just don't understand the economics, the booms and busts and the cycles of the economy and these markets. They got stuck in these markets because they had the free money effect. Any money that was given to us for free, we put much less value on. So these people were just out there blindly spending money with a casino climate, dumping into these investment markets. It's time to pay the piper. I don't regret the past because of what I've learned from it, but I certainly don't want to go back and repeat it over and over, because that would be the definition of insanity. I don't want to see anybody swept up in any of that. So we're going to continue to do our best to protect people one life at a time for as long as it takes to get us out the other side of this. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate here in America, there's an email in the description for you as well. The network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. If you're watching from your television set today and you love this video, I know you're really going to love the next one in your screen at this time. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I will see you on the next video.